So the last time we were together, I talked about how you are made in the image of God. And I want to today explore that a little bit more and what that means. What it ultimately means when you talk about what am I worth, where's my value from, it means that God determines your value. The Summer Olympics just finished up in Paris. And if you go to Paris, which I've not done, but I know this is true, you can go to this museum called the Louvre. And in the Louvre is the most famous painting in the world. And that's the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. The Mona Lisa is one of the most well-known paintings in the world. And it's here's what's really interesting. I can go on Amazon and for $59.97, I can buy a canvas painting of the Mona Lisa that's the exact same size as the one in the Louvre. $59.97. But when I look up how much the Mona Lisa is actually worth, the estimates are 50 billion with a B, $50 billion. And really they say it's absurd because it's actually priceless because France would never sell the Mona Lisa. So what's the difference in this $59.97 Amazon painting and the $50 billion original? It's who made it. It's the artist who made it. So the one on Amazon is just a copy of a copy of a copy. It is a reprint of the original. But the original Mona Lisa was made by Leonardo da Vinci, considered one of the greatest artists in the history of the world. And it's because it was made by him that it has such incredible value. If you had a sketch drawing on a napkin that could be proven to be made by Leonardo da Vinci, you would be set for life. It would cover all of your expenses for life. Why? Because the value of the art is determined by the value of the artist. The value of the creation is determined by how valuable and how prestigious the creator is. And so if you are made in the image of God, if you are made by God and for God, then it's God who sets and determines your worth. In Mark chapter 8, verse 36 and 37, Jesus says, "For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and to forfeit his soul? For what can a man give for his soul?" You can't, and Jesus is basically saying here, there's nothing on earth that is worth as much as your soul. There's nothing that you can gain that is of so much value that it's worth your soul. Why? Because your soul was built for eternity. Your soul was built to be around forever. Your body's going to break down, but your soul remains forever. And so your value comes from the fact that God made you in his image, body, soul, and spirit. And then God really shows your value by the John 3:16. "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." You were created by God. You were created for God. You were created in the image of God. And because God is the creator, your value is through the roof. Your value is actually priceless. The only close match that we can see is how much was paid for your soul. And we learn that in John 3:16. The cost of your soul was the eternal Son of God, was the spotless blood of Jesus. So if you ever walk through this day thinking you're not worth much, you don't matter much, or it's all about your grades, your accomplishments, your performance, your promotion, I want you to remember that you are made by the infinitely valuable creator, and he places an infinite value on you. He places the value of the very life of his son, Jesus Christ. You were made by God, for God. And so today, remember, God does not make junk. Stop treating yourself like junk. Stop treating other people like junk. Live with the kind of dignity that reflects the artist who made you, and treat the people that you encounter today with the kind of dignity that reflects the artist that made them.